standing up a bunch of other people. I heard about that. I think I've been reading Diet Like Dirty Mary Louise Evans books since the early 2000s.
Pour water on you.
You need an offering.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we call this party Celtic Happy Hour. And that is because it is hysterical fact that the Celts invented happy hour. Now, what happened was that they traveled from their shores of mighty Ire, and because they were being persecuted by the Romans. Needing to leave, they took everything they needed for their sacred rites, including they left for virgin lands, which for Druids, that's a good thing, because all the sacrifices. They took their greatest treasures. Their treasures were not of gold, they were not of silver, not even of rare precious woods, but they were of the sacred fruits, such as the agave and the squeezings therein. All the
Disposing.
Oh, Jesus.
Close in.
You either had too little or too much margarita.
Well, let's go with too much. From this, they took the squeezings and they made the sacred drink that they needed, the tequila. Because this drink, they planted it in the new land and it thrived and it grew. From this, they made the sacred drink, which lifts the spirits and the hearts. And in addition, they took the sacred maize and the gratin fiery jalapeno. Now, they wrote a story, and I don't know if you've seen, there's this sort of famous thing. There's a whole bunch of, we have, one of the pieces looks like what we have here. It's called the Stonehenge, and there's writings and there's things around it that talk about it. It goes on at length about the things that they took. But There's a lot of it, so I'm just gonna summarize. We all want to get back to drinking, so it seems that the ancient Celts celebrated it, and at the end of the day was most precious to them. It was neither day nor night, neither work nor sleep. They would take the sacred tequila and mix it with the juice of limes, which in their wide-faring ways they had obtained from Spain because, well, I mean, when you're in Spain, you're going to take whatever you can and maybe occasionally barter. They made a seed green drink, and that drink was called the mar, meaning seed, gar, spear, and ita, diminutive form, meaning little spear of the sea that stabs you in your brain.
Especially the next day.
Yes. I mean, look, if you really want to understand, just find me tomorrow and you'll see. And upon the rims of the sacred vessels that they would drink this from, they would put the salt, which was to better represent the sea. And they would drink this. In addition, they would take the maize and grind its golden goodness and make round. And they would make round fried orbs to represent the sun. Or the soul.
No triangle heresy.
No
Triangle heresy.
Look, the people who invented the triangle heresy are trying to tell us that the world is flat too, and we all know that doesn't work because there's turtles.
Turtles all the way down. All the way down.
It's all the way down.
At the top of a turtle is curved. Right.
They would take the tomato. The Druids, being great herbologists, knew that they were not poisonous. I mean, we've all seen a BLT. We all know how delicious they are, as long as you don't get the white ones, and then you don't die. They would then take this and they would mix it with the sacred jalapeno and create the solsa, or thing in which to place the orb of the sun. This they consumed on the same time as the margarita as a symbol of the setting sun, because you would take into the fire and you would dip it in. They consumed this at the same time. This entire ritual was known as the Hour of Great Felicity, or Happy Hour. In addition, I learned a rather interesting fact about Stonehenge. You see, they were much deeper in the earth. The hill has been eroded away. You've seen it. It looks, the upper side looks a little bit more corroded, and we used to have them on here, but as everything rots, right about here, there's a hole. Now everybody says that's for sun and being able to tell where the solstice would be. No. So remember, the earth wasn't down here, it would be just about right here. And the reason for that is they would, in their great inspiration, they would have a brass rail representing the essence of life running along and going around the circle of Stonehenge. There they would place their sacred vestments. They would place the margarita, the jalapeno, along with the salsa and the tortilla, or the sacred orbs. They would try to reenact all of the basic elements of life. At the hour of felicity, they would have 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot on the brass rail to have it in the air. They would have the fire of the sun. They would have the margarita. This, ladies and gentlemen, Stonehenge was the first bar. And that is why we celebrate Celtic Happy Hour.
Yay! Bravo!
Well done.
I'd give that one a 2 out of 10.